Welcome to our Santa Barbara County Environmental Health Services Microenterprise Home Kitchen Operation, or MEHKO, informational presentation. Our department has been asked to bring an ordinance to the Santa Barbara County Board of Supervisors that would allow MEHKOs in the county. In this presentation, we are going to give some information about MEHKOs and discuss where we are in this process. At the end of this presentation, there's contact information that you can use if you have specific questions or would like more information. So, what is a MEHKO? A MEHKO is a home-based food business where local entrepreneurs can use their home kitchens to make small quantities of food for direct sale to other community members. MEHKOs allow individuals to start a micro home-based food business without making the leap to a brick-and-mortar commercial kitchen right away. MEHKOs are very small scale, which is why they are called micro-enterprise. Environmental Health Services, EHS, already permits and inspects a couple of types of home kitchen business operations in the county. Cottage food operations, known as CFOs, are able to prepare some types of foods for off-site consumption. They are limited to low-risk items like some baked goods and candies that don't require refrigeration. Several CFO operators have graduated to commercial retail or wholesale business models after achieving success as a CFO. In addition, we issue permits to bed and breakfasts and agricultural homestays, which provide full-service on-site dining for their guests as part of their transient occupancy business. If the Santa Barbara County Board of Supervisors approves MEHKOs, they would expand upon the activities that are already happening successfully in the county. 2 years ago, the California legislature approved Assembly Bill 626, making MEHKOs a possibility in the state. Assembly Bill 377 followed shortly thereafter and clarified Assembly Bill 626. The passage of the bills did not make MEHKOs available statewide. Instead, counties that wish to allow MEHKOs must opt in by ordinance or resolution. In January of 2020, the Santa Barbara County Board of Supervisors heard an initial presentation on MEHKOs from our department and instructed us to prepare an ordinance for further consideration by the board. Several California counties have chosen to opt in and allow MEHKOs, including Imperial, Lake, Riverside, and Solano. San Mateo County is planning a pilot study. MEHKOs in various forms are also allowed in some other states. If allowed in Santa Barbara County, MEHKOs would have several limitations and requirements. They must be operated by a resident in their own private home. They may not have more than one full-time employee from outside the household or family. Food must be prepared, cooked, and served on the same day. The scale of a MEHKO is very small, a maximum of 30 meals per day, no more than 60 per week, and EHS can further reduce this amount based on what the MEHKO is able to prepare and serve safely. MEHKOs can also not sell more than $50,000 of food each year and need to keep records of their sales. Food can be consumed on site, picked up, or delivered by the MEHKO. No catering or resale is allowed, and third-party delivery services are normally not allowed to deliver MEHKO meals. MEHKOs cannot be used to prepare food for sale from food trucks or carts. Because MEHKOs are intended to be in home kitchens, they are exempt from some sections of the law. MEHKOs do not need to have commercial kitchen equipment, but they do need to provide adequate refrigeration, storage, dishwashing, hand washing, toilet facilities, trash and recycling areas, and other things that support clean and safe food preparation and service. MEHKOs are considered food facilities under California Health and Safety Code and would be regulated by Environmental Health Services, along with restaurants, food trucks, grocery stores, and other food facilities. The Health and Safety Code provides standards and guidance for MEHKOs, such as Food Safety Manager certification for MEHKO operators and food handlers cards for other people who work at the MEHKO. MEHKOs would be inspected annually by EHS And more frequent inspections could happen if there are complaints or concerns about food safety, foodborne illness, or other violations at the MEHKO. There are penalties and consequences for MEHKO operators who do not comply with the law, including possible loss of their health permit and closure of their business. The MEHKO law is also clear that MEHKOs are considered a residential use for purposes of a city or county's building, planning, and zoning requirements. This means that they can operate in areas zoned as residential and do not need to meet the building or planning code requirements for businesses. A city or county may not impose any restrictions on a MEHKO in a residential dwelling. However, MEHKO operators must still abide by nuisance ordinances, such as noise, parking, trash, etc., and cities and counties may continue to enforce those ordinances. EHS can also conduct additional inspections in response to complaints. These do not necessarily need to be scheduled inspections. Let's talk about fees. EHS is a fee-for-service agency. We collect fees from our regulated businesses and activities to support our regulatory programs. EHS fees are approved by the Santa Barbara County Board of Supervisors. We expect that MEHKOs will take approximately the same amount of time to inspect as a full-service restaurant of a similar size and have proposed our initial MEHKO fee accordingly. EHS regularly reviews fees to help make sure that they accurately reflect the ongoing costs of each program. This slide shows the proposed MEHKO fee compared to the fees set by some of the other counties who issue permits for MEHKOs. EHS is proposing a $391 per year permit fee for MEHKOs. Before a MEHKO could apply for a health permit to operate, it would need to go through the EHS plan check process. During this process, EHS would evaluate the MEHKO's standard operating procedures, menu, and home kitchen, and make sure that it would be able to operate safely and in compliance with the law. An initial inspection is part of this plan check process. Parts of a MEHKO that would be inspected by EHS include the food preparation and storage areas, the toilet areas used by operators and guests, any outdoor barbecue areas, and trash recycling storage areas. Other parts of the private residence not affiliated with the MEHKO would not be inspected by EHS. EHS is aware that there are sales of homemade food currently occurring in the county. There are a range of unpermitted operations selling different types of food. Some of the foods we've seen include barbecue, sandwiches, packed lunches, tamales, soups and stews such as pozole, and desserts such as pumpkin pie or cakes with cream or custard fillings. Permitting MEHKOs in Santa Barbara County would allow EHS to help provide food safety education and support to micro-scale food operators in our community. There are potential benefits for MEHKOs for both the community and individual MEHKO operators. MEHKOs could help provide opportunities for increased food safety education and oversight for home-based cooks through regular EHS inspections and coaching and the required food safety certification that each MEHKO has to have for their workers. MEHKOs provide a path to compliance and increased business opportunities for micro-entrepreneurs who may lack access to capital or face other barriers to entry into the formal economy, such as child or elder care responsibilities. EHS has seen with our cottage food program that Microenterprise allows entrepreneurs to legally explore and expand their businesses, and we anticipate that this would be the case for MEHKOs as well. MEHKOs could also provide increased access to healthy food for their community, such as for individuals who live in housing without cooking options, nearby grocery stores, or restaurants. Because MEHKO operators can also deliver their food, those individuals in the county who make food to give to persons experiencing homelessness could do so legally from their home kitchen and could also help provide food for their neighborhoods during emergencies. As part of the process of developing and bringing an ordinance to the Board of Supervisors, EHS has conducted community outreach, including providing information about MEHKOs on our website, answering questions directly over the phone, through email, or in person with both individuals and organizations, and hosting online and in-person stakeholder meetings. So where are we in the MEHKO process? The Board of Supervisors has directed EHS to bring an ordinance to the board for their consideration. We anticipate that will happen in early March of this year, 2021. The board will hear the proposed ordinance at a public hearing, and interested parties can also participate at the hearing. If the board decides to approve the ordinance, they will also schedule a second hearing a week or two later for final approval. Once an ordinance is approved, it normally takes effect within 30 days. EHS will send an email out to our MEHKO mailing list once the board hearing is scheduled. Public documents are normally provided on the board's website about a week before the hearing. The website also has additional information about how interested parties can participate. This brings us to the end of this presentation. If you have additional questions, would like to be added to our MEHKO interest email list, or would like more information, please contact either Kendra Wise or Alex Solorio by telephone or email. Thank you for your time and interest in Santa Barbara County's MEHKO process.